going on today?
Well, we're having our 13th annual gala, as you just mentioned. We have galas in Japan in Kansai, in Nagoya, and in Tokyo.
Good.
We've been going the longest in Nagoya, but the galas are just a means to an end. What we're doing tonight is we're raising money and support to help Hope in its mission. And our mission is to help the neglected poor become self-reliant.
Beautiful.
In places like Cambodia, Ethiopia, and the Philippines, which are our 3 priority countries. And the way we do that is we help initially, after a long screening process, thorough kind of vetting and consultative process, we identify families and communities who are neglected, who are extremely poor, and the first step is always providing access to clean water. So a lot of the money we raise tonight will provide clean water for families who don't have access to clean water. Once they have water, then we provide access to microcredit, education, and the ultimate aim is to get these families to become independent, not dependent. And that's a tough one because it's easy to do good works but not actually follow through to see if the outcome is happening.
Yeah, exactly. That's true.
In our case, we're very committed to those outcomes, and we have long-term relationships in those communities. And one of the reasons I'm still doing this after decades is it's just so rewarding to have friends who are basically now wealthy in local standards, totally independent. And you know what poverty does? Poverty imprisons. Poverty puts people on a straight road to a dead end.
That's true.
Straight roads have no choices.
That's true.
What self-reliance is it gives people, when you're self-reliant, you have choices. You may make bad choices, good choices, but you have choices. And what's wonderful for me to see, and the most rewarding, is families I've known now for many years. The world is full of choices for them because they're now independent. So that's what tonight is doing. We're having fun. We're raising money. Great. Everybody's volunteering their time. Got a great local team, but we're raising money that will actually make a difference in Cambodia, which is our theme tonight.
Okay, especially in Cambodia.
Well, tonight's focus is going to be Cambodia, and we'll show a movie that was shot by a volunteer film crew last December with a board member who went to meet families in our farming project there.
Beautiful.
And so tonight, Cambodia is the focus.
Beautiful. That's great. You guys are doing a really great job. That's why I'm here today, to meet some of you guys, interview some of you guys. So I want to ask you a question. So how long you guys been operating in Japan? It's about 15 years, 12.
This is we started in 2001, so 18 years.
18 years.
We just had our 18th gala in Nagoya. In fact, we've been a incorporated NGO for 16 of those 18 years. And then 6 years ago, we were certified as a Ninte NPO, which allows us to give income tax receipts. Only 2% of all NGOs or NPOs in Japan have been granted Ninte status. So we're very committed to integrity. Our 5 core values are self-reliance, compassion. Compassion is about doing things without an expectation of something in return. Also dignity, doing things that enhances and builds the dignity of both those who are receiving and both those who are giving. Long-term relationships, because that's about trust, but also integrity. And so it's with the Ninte status, we very careful with our books, our handling of money, how we treat donations, and that enables us to be granted this higher level certification.
Being in Japan, you have the language barrier and everything like that, and the cultural difference. Has there been any problem, achieving your goals in Japan, or in some of the areas where you guys operate?
Well, for me, because my Japanese is I've been here 20 years, and my wife told me last year, stop spending money on Japanese because she was not seeing any rewards. But hope is larger than any particular person. We have a community of people. We have local teams. And in Kansai, we have Midori Tanaka on the Japanese side and David Syrad on the foreign side. So language hasn't been a problem itself or a challenge. I think what is different about Japan is that the nonprofit sector is still in its early stages.
Yeah, not fully developed.
And not fully developed. And the modern day NPO movement in Japan started after the Great Hanshin earthquake, of course, here in this city. And that's when words like volunteerism, donation, charity entered the Japanese lexicon. And so the government began to reform some of its regulations to encourage this volunteer movement. And so it's growing, and there's more than there used to be, but culturally, we're in a different cultural milieu than we are in other countries.
Beautiful. So how can people be able, somebody wants to contribute to the organization, right, in Japan? So how can they contact you guys?
Well, the easiest way is just go to our website, www. That's the easy part. Hope, H-O-P-E, .or.jp. And there's an English side, there's a Japanese side. They can find out all about us. And if people are listening from abroad, then they can go to the Japanese site and see a connection to all of our other sites as well.
Beautiful, beautiful. So you guys, I remember you mentioned Ethiopia, Cambodia, and what was Philippines, right? So is there any plans to expand, especially in Africa? You have, I think I saw on your website, like Sudan. You guys started working in Sudan.
So our sister organizations, our head office is in Vancouver, Canada. So they're involved in 20 countries. So Japan is primarily focused on Ethiopia, Philippines, Cambodia. So, as I said, we're in about 20 countries altogether. But because we're committed to long-term relationships and to meaningful outcomes, if we're criticized for something, it's moving slowly. So we're not storm chasers. So because there's a disaster in some place, we don't rush in off the back of that and stay. Every country where we do work, there's a history and a series of relationships that brought us there. And therefore, if we expand and take on another country or partner, it will diminish our support for our existing partners. So we're very careful about that long-term commitment where we are.
Beautiful. So what about the short-term goals? You have any short-term goals you guys want to accomplish in Japan? At the same time, pursuing the long-term, goals?
Well, our number one goal is always to raise more money. We of course need volunteers. That's why we're having here. And just to be blunt, it costs money to give people clean water. It requires more than good feeling and more than awareness. We're not a big organization, so we can't afford a marketing campaign to build awareness. We put all of our energies into raising money. The way we raise money is through events. We raise money through people giving private individual donations. And probably what we need to do more of is our current strategy is to recruit more people giving on a monthly basis. 1,000 yen a month, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000. Our largest monthly supporter gives 50,000 yen a month, for example. What the monthly support allows us to do is to budget with more confidence and make firmer commitments to our partners overseas.
Beautiful. Good. So, last message to our viewers, audience listening to Mr. Sheppard here. Do you have any message for our audience?
Well, I think, a message that people like me often say is, you can make a difference. And it's true, you can make a difference. And I'll be saying that to the folks here tonight at the Gala. But there's a negative way of saying the same thing, which to me becomes more powerful. That if we don't do anything, no difference will be made. So I encourage action, and whether it's the work that we are involved in with the neglected poor becoming self-reliant through hope, or it's through another charity or volunteer activity that has your interest, get involved, do something, because there's only one of you, and if you don't do it, it won't be done.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hope to enjoy the show today.
Come and enjoy. Let's go on in and enjoy the 13th annual Kansai Hope Gala.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Good to see you. All right.
call Mr. Komi and Aishan on the stage, please.